Okay, it's on. I took some yellow portal to get there. I felt like I turned off, but I'm already there. This jungle planet where he's looking at me.
Who's looking at you?
My son, but he looks different. You know, he
Describe what
has
he
a
looks like.
body. He has a body of a like monkey, like human monkey, but the face of a like a black cat, and it's a strange thing. Like he's much fluffier here on the head, but very like skin and a little bit of fur, black fur. Almost like a funny looking panther, like a black cat. He is jumping back and forth.
Does he have a name there? What does he call himself?
732p. I don't know, it's a code.
Hmm. And what's the name of this planet that he's on?
Jungle planet. But he says you can call it green planet, but it's a seventh dimension. And he says I can change my body. Like right now I'm projecting myself into this body, but I can change it. And it can continue running. It's like you know, a little ball of light comes out of the body, but I still feel and see like a little energetic line connected to the body. So it keeps doing the motions and running like it does, jumping from tree to tree. But I see his real body, it's light, and he's like a boy, like he's now. He says that's how I come. I don't come physical, I come there like in my energetic body. And I see a lot of kids down. I see the two women. They're dressed in an old-fashioned way, like they're from the 60s. And like a dress, like a white dress with big pockets, apron, and like the buttons here for. The two of them, kids, there are 14 kids. He's 15s. And he made like a banana out of his energy. He just manifested it. He's giving it to me.
And
And
look at yourself. Are you also like that in like that kind of body, furry, like a cat or a monkey? Or are you in your regular light body?
I'm just a light body. Like I changed from a ball into like a human shape, like a humanoid shaped one, but I'm bluish energy,
Mm-hmm.
and he's more like transparent white, and the kids there too. But you know, like when I come to them and I get close and I touch them by shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
they show themselves like they are on Earth, like as if it was a real child in the
Ah.
physical, but they cannot hold that form for long, only
And the
for a
women
few
that are
minutes.
there with them, what do they do?
They watch them because there is a commander comes, the one who is in charge of training them for some missions, and he, like my son, he knows, he's very fast and steady, and he figures out how to climb out of different traps. It's almost like they have an obstacle course in the jungle, because I see different um, like energetic corridors, and there's just different holes covered, like traps, and then sticks, and you can use the stick to jump over the like water
So it's like an
pool.
obstacle course?
Yeah, and then who's gonna come get to the end of it?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be rewarded by going to another level. It's gonna be harder.
So
And
ultimately, what are they training all these boys for, or these kids?
you know what I see them now do? I mean, they're training. I see them like also they almost like hit each other with the sticks because they're given like bamboo sticks and they hit each other.
Yeah, like warriors. They're training them.
Right. Yeah. And then what they do, he says that then they tell us to manifest our bodies the way we want them to be. Like we pick animals.
Mm-hmm.
There are wolves. There are dog looking ones, like with different like animal heads, and he picked the panther, and his body can manifest, like he can shoot from his nose, and he has laser eyes type thing. Like I see him making holes in the trees, like burning holes through the trees with his eyes.
Yeah,
And his stick turns into some sort of like stick looking thing, but it's got the laser inside. It can explode things,
yeah.
but it's somehow connected to what he wants it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he wants it to be a cannon, then it shoots like a cannon. When he wants it to be more like a gun, it shoots more like a gun. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it depends on him what he wants to. But I see like a big capsule, and there's like seats there, very comfortable. There's a lot of space in between. There's 7 seats, and there's a lot of those capsules, and all kids go into them. But they bring the other groups too, of the kids, and it's just like it says me a few times. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon.
What moon? The Earth moon or a different moon from their planet?
Now we're going to the Earth's moon
Okay. What
because
are
from the
they?
Earth's moon we can see the Earth, and it's almost like they make them. I see them fight some scorpions running on the surface of the moon. They bite them with those things
Mm-hmm.
on the tails. They're kind of like funky looking crabs. They're almost like remote control crabs. I feel like somebody's controlling them. It looks like it's almost like how is that, holographic imaging, but it absorbs you so much. It puts you like in a ball of reality, fake reality, where they put these kids in, like a snowball, like for
Yeah, like a snow
Christmas.
globe or a
Snow globe,
holographic. Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah, and it's like they don't understand that they're there because they park their ships, those capsule ships
Yeah.
there,
Mm-hmm.
and they do that kind of training in holographic reality where the crabs and scorpions attack them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're there in those bodies like hybrids of animals, and just it's not even humans, they're humanoids,
Mm-hmm.
because all those kids are different. I feel like they have different DNA.
And what is
you
the
know my
mission or purpose of them doing that?
my son just said that he's Arcturian.
Mm,
He's from seventh dimension.
okay.
He said they forced him to come to Earth. It wasn't his choice.
Does he have a mission for why he had to come here to Earth in this lifetime as Cam?
He says that remember how you saved me, and I did save him. There was like a battle in between those black, tall draconian looking creatures and the Syrians,
Mm-hmm.
and they forced me into a body of a big black robot. And then I was forced to they put a program in me that blocked my consciousness, and I had to do what I had to do according to the program, and they killed him as an Arcturian because he was trying to uh, like do something with draconians so they wouldn't conquer more planets, because that's what they do. And then they they basically turn planets into their a kind of military bases
Mm-hmm.
and genetic labs and all this stuff that they need to. They keep expanding and moving throughout the universe that way.
Yeah.
And I killed him, but then I had very strong, like a burst almost of my consciousness going through. And then it's almost like I got out of this robot body and I healed him with my energies. But they still took my soul afterwards, put it in the lab tube, and I saw myself like at the genetic lab. They threw me into the body on Earth. But they told me that that was my mission to come as a starseed. But in reality, I didn't really agree to it though. The same thing happened to him. But they block these memories. It opens up like a domino effect. First, you believe that it was totally your conscious free will decision, but then you understand that you're forced to. But then once you're a nurse and you wake up, you kind of make yourself like invent a mission for yourself in a way, because you're different at a soul level. You have different understanding of how things are, and you want to help,
Mm-hmm.
and that desire to help and show the justice to how things are supposed to be at a higher consciousness level, it becomes kind of your mission. But nobody gives it to you. You yourself give it to yourself, because
Mm-hmm.
you cannot exist in this society of rule and ruling and control over your free will.
Mm-hmm.
So you rebel in that way, and you go, you kind of like you throughout the awakening, you have the sessions, you kind of like break all the contracts and everything that you signed, because you've been fooled, you've been lied to.
Yeah. Can you see what the plans are for planet Earth as far as the Arcturians or the Dracos or reptilians? Are they really infiltrating into politics, governments, things like that for takeover?
Hmm. I see like a body of somebody in charge of something. It's like United Nations committee, and then it's almost like a weird thing. Like you see the man sitting at the table during the meeting,
Yes.
and on the back he has the opening, like energetic opening, and the reptilian walks into him and starts moving his arms and speaking for him.
Yeah. Can you see who that man is? Is he a current person in politics in America that we would recognize?
No, he's some German from Germany, representative of Germany,
Ah.
some counselor or something of
Mm-hmm.
some
Like an ambassador or something like
Some
that?
health related something is giving report currently,
Hmm.
but it's all fake numbers. Like I know it's fake.
So they've been lying about the earth and pollution or global warming or things like that?
Yeah, because that's their agenda. They want to suppress us more and more because they see that awakening is happening
Yeah.
at a very fast speed. They didn't want that to happen that way.
Hmm.
And then people are cleansing their bodies so they can see and feel more
Hmm.
what really is happening. And they want to suppress us through technology and biological weapon like viruses and chemicals and foods. Like I literally feel like I'm at some sort of a factory where
Hmm.
they make some. It's actually saying vegan on it. It looks like some sort of those vegan sausages. That's how it
Hmm.
looks.
Yeah.
I don't see the brand names or anything. I just see what it is, and they put like white powder in them.
And
It's
what is
supposed
that
to.
for?
It's like it came that it's supposed to mutate the genes.
Hmm.
It's supposed to mutate them in a way that it covers the genes that respond for like clear vision,
Hmm.
and you kind of like become distracted by your physical heaviness of the body and different things like allergies, maybe some discomfort and physical distract you from the spiritual
Hmm.
through the additives that they put in. But right now I feel like they put it in everything. It's really like an illusion
So
type
what's the
thing.
best way to detox from all of those additives and artificial things that they're putting in to manipulate our bodies?
I feel like you can program water to cleanse
Yeah.
all those things, neutralize them. If they can see, I can see the little particles in our bloodstream, but if you program your own body, you know how I see myself right now? I literally see myself levitating over my head right now.
Hmm.
And I feel like if in my mind I say that everything I consume today and all the chemicals, I
Hmm.
neutralize them by the power of my thought,
Right.
it would become neutral. It would just come out.
Hmm.
So,
So structuring water and optimizing our food for the true nutrients that it really has before they manipulate it.
right. It's like we can program our body the same way we can program a
Yes.
glass of water
Hmm.
because our body is like water. We just don't see that way. We feel like we have no control, but in fact,
Right.
I almost feel like I constructed my body according to my inner self.
Yes.
So,
Can you project into time and see if those Dracos or reptilians are still going to remain here on this plane of Earth as puppet masters to our government officials or other people?
first I saw when you started asking me, I saw like a white hole, and it's like an energy thing, like a tornado. A
Mm-hmm.
white hole turns into white tornado,
Mm-hmm.
and it's absorbing them all. Like I see them like literally like a vacuum thing, sucking
Mm-hmm.
everything in the universe like you would suck dust from the surfaces.
Yeah.
But then I saw part of them would flee to the they created that kind of like a replica of their universe, like our universe, and
Yes.
they're gonna try to create the same. Um, like I just saw Yeah, astral level with grass and cows on it. It's my subconscious telling me like the farm they
Mm-hmm.
have here, they would want to recreate there. But
Yes.
they don't really need like a lot of people, because what they're gonna do there, they're gonna take quite like different types of species from Earth, like samples.
Mm-hmm.
When I see Noah's Ark, it's kind
Yeah.
of like that idea. And then they would clone. They don't care if they look the same.
Yeah.
All they care is that you spread, like, it's a hive mind type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Becomes like group of Asian, group of Caucasian, group of African American. You know what I mean? It's just,
Yes.
and then that kind of like hive mind coming from a few people only, and act the same and feed them the energy.
But are they going to be like higher consciousness people that they're taking those hive minds, or is it going to be just a little bit of everything?
It's like a robot society,
Mm,
cyborgs, controlled completely,
okay.
programmed. No, it's very roboticized. I mean, it's just very robotic. You don't want to be there, because if they take your soul there,
Yeah.
it's like I see a soul like a ball of energy,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's got lots of chain with a big lock on it, like forever, like eternity. You
Wow.
would not be able to get out.
How can we
Yeah.
best prepare now so that when those changes happen, our higher consciousness takes us to where we're not going to be slaves in that kind of robotic society?
We just have to pick these non-distraction.
Mm-hmm.
We're distracted so much. I just literally saw a crocodile standing like a human on his bottom feet in front of me with the headphones on,
Oh my
like
gosh.
trying to copy me, and I put him in the portal.
Mhm.
And it just came to me. That's how we all are. We're always listening to something, watching something,
Yeah.
but instead, we should try to listen to ourselves more,
Hmm.
and that we should manifest more, consciously manifest the world we want. Then I see people holding hands and doing that together. Mm. And you know what they want to do? It's like an analogy now. The
Hmm.
people, when you meet people, they don't shake hands anymore.
Yeah.
And there's actually an energy exchange right there, too. Separation means you can't reach the high consciousness as fast as when you
Hmm.
are not separate from each other.
Was that on purpose? Did they do that to where we are wearing a mask over our face so we can't smile at other people? None of those things. Are those on purpose to separate us even further?
Right, especially the 6 feet away,
Yeah.
because I see myself now as those people who wouldn't like come closer,
Mm-hmm.
and I cannot touch them with my energies outside. Otherwise, I would touch them and like put a spark of like my kind of like imprint of my consciousness into them.
Yes.
They would take time to start for them asking questions and waking up.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever they're ready, they would use that knowledge and that spark that I gave them, like I share information.
Yeah.
They put in this light spark, and I can't not do it to those who would not
Yeah.
get close enough.
Mm-hmm. Should
Um,
we break that barrier though?
I understand now why those people that I talk to every day, they
Mm-hmm.
don't wear masks. And today, one guy surprised me. He shook my hand too. Like those people, I actually, they know at a soul level that they want me to help them
Mm-hmm.
with my energetic boost,
Yes.
and they just their essence are pushing their physical to come close. It's almost funny how you look at it. Like when I look at it,
Yeah.
Like we are marionettes and the
Mm-hmm.
essence of our being is moving us.
Right.
We don't understand we're totally unconscious, like just moving in this space, which is when I'm walking on the street, all I see is like a movie thing, slide after slide after slide, and if you get them at certain speed,
Mm-hmm.
it creates like a reality that you don't understand, that their slides are glued together. It becomes like a fast walk looking movie,
Yeah.
like a real thing, like you don't understand. It's not like it's hard to tell which is real, which is not. If they insert a certain like pocket of time into your reality and at the fast speed, the same speed like your brain decodes it, I
Right.
mean that's it. It becomes your reality. Mm, it's weird. I'm walking like I'm in a computer game. Like even the trees, they are made out of those like pixels, like
Mm-hmm.
the squares, little
Yes.
greenish, bluish, sparkling
Mm-hmm.
things.
It's a simulation.
Right.
That's what it feels like a lot of times throughout the day. A lot of people say it feels like this is just an AI, like, a different simulated reality.
Right. Yeah, like the playground. It
Mm-hmm.
looks like a big black hole when I touch it.
Oh,
It's
wow.
kind of like when you touch a hologram,
Mm-hmm.
it disintegrates. That's how it is. I touch a tree, it just disappears. It falls apart like particles. But that's because I'm at that level of energetic level. It's almost like, it's like a mirrored reality that I'm walking through right now at the astral level, because that's why they say it's above so below. I mean, it's very
Mm-hmm.
true. It's like looking
Yes.
in the water at yourself. It's you, but it's not you, but that's how it is.
Right. What about people that are asleep? How do they see it?
They live according to the program. It's like a hard disk program in a computer.
Yeah.
The same thing over and over. Wake up. All these things that we feel
Right.
like sometimes not doing because it seems like a groundhog day every
Yes.
day.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like it's something that what they're doing, because they have a goal in mind, and it's usually related to material world because they're totally immersed in the material world. All they want is, material things and travel, and it's all the financial system related stuff. As I see it, it's different color. It's like electric blue color. And the
Mm-hmm.
people who are more soul focused, like it's more like green to me. But
Yeah.
it might be just my vision of it too. I
Well,
see it.
will there be a time when the financial world will be reset and then nobody has to worry about working or paying bills or anything that has to do with currency, money?
I feel like we're going towards like the people who are awake,
Mm-hmm.
towards the barter like system. That's
Mm-hmm.
why we're connecting and we're all doing different things
Yeah.
and we have different characteristics. So we can exchange services type thing. It's not even services. It's like I feel like at some point we will be able to manifest so quickly
Yes.
that just kind of like a mutual togetherness
Mm-hmm.
thing. But I mean, we have to go through this kind of chaos type scenario first.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're going through. We're kind of like an observers. Like the whole matrix was those who are asleep like in the middle.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are kind of like their souls look funny to me. There's like a ball of energy, and half of it is like it looks like artificial in a way, like somebody just put electrons in some sort of sac and they move and they
Yeah.
activate some programs in the brain. But this part is like natural soul, but they do take energy from the natural soul to activate the artificial soul part and to activate the whole body. But if I feel like that's their experiment too. That's that timeline when they want the robotic looking people who can, who are like, I feel like I see like a beehive or ants in that, ant house type thing with little holes.
Yeah.
And that's why in this reality that it's gonna collapse. Collapse for us who are awake, but
Mm-hmm.
not collapse for those who choose to remain asleep.
Yeah.
They'll be living in skyscrapers and the little like um it's almost like they're gonna destroy all the land with little houses, but they're gonna push all the people in the tall skyscrapers
Mm-hmm.
and they live like in a beehive
Yeah.
and being totally under the radar of control and manipulation of those electromagnetic waves, satellites, 5G towers. It's all around them. It's just like a totally different environment. Basically, they wouldn't even need to create any scenarios like for us, like virus or this scare or that scare. That'll be totally like you snap your fingers, they do this, or and they respond to one calling, like a beehive. One does the same exact thing the other does in front of him, like a group
Yeah.
in a line. But yeah, we're gonna see all of this happening before our eyes, but we looks like we're not gonna participate.
Mm-hmm.
Just look at it. We might help ourselves to rebellion, and they're not gonna touch us because they know we're too strong for it. They they understand that we say no, and it means we activate our power of the soul, and they're afraid of us because each and one of us is an individual creator, like a like like each one of us is a god
Yeah.
of creation.
Not consenting as a sovereign being, making that declaration.
Right. Yeah, it's just simple. It's very simple. You just say no and don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they literally cannot do anything to you.
Right.
So,
Do you have any other messages? Or are you ready to disconnect?
I'm in a space right now. I disconnected from the space.
Yeah.
I'm flying somewhere on my ship. It's this tier, like the tear shape. Very interesting. I'm
Where
almost like in a lying position, like I'm lying all the way down, and I'm very relaxed.
is this your own ship or are you with other
Yeah,
people?
individual.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah. I'm just going to the crystal planet to see how the little creatures that I planted there doing. They look like bunnies, but they're funny. They look like humans, but they have the ears like bunnies do have. They live on yellow flowers. When the flowers close, they can charge them. There's like charger pods for them.
cool.
They're energetic beings, but they don't sleep. They just get charged up from the flowers, and flowers are connected through the stems to the soul of the planet.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps the life going. And the planet was launched. I see it's being launched, like I go back in the timeline from the flower above, like a platform flower of creation. Where
Mm-hmm.
there are 15 creators sit there. And you know how we do it, it's interesting. Like we think a thought,
Mm-hmm.
and with the power of our consciousness, send the thought to certain whatever universe we want to send it to, because each universe has different characteristics of the energy.
Yes.
And this one is more about animals, because I don't see any like humanoids. I just see fauna. And so just like plants and animals living together, cooperating in synchronized kind of motion. The flowers are moving back and forth down to the ground up. They're projecting light,
Mm-hmm.
and it's almost like the layers, multiple colored layers of protection for this planet, so nobody can get to it. No viruses. You know
Yeah.
how interesting, once in this universe we got the viral, this problem was virus. And it's almost like a slime. The kids play with slime, right? It's like a dark gray slime that is turned into black and gray again and black. So I see it. It's going on the sides of the universe, spreading like the virus, and then automatically. And also, I see some planets. That there's a big human hand that has like a test tube. How do you call those things that you like squish them and there's stuff coming out?
Yeah, like a
There's like
pipette.
drops, right? There's drops of that
Mm-hmm.
nanotechnology um, gel. Dark
Okay.
gel comes out. It goes into the planet's surface, and
Mm-hmm.
it eats up the planet's surface, makes holes in it, and then
Yeah.
it spreads, and
Hmm.
it destroys all the life. Like the grass gets burned down, all the flowers, everything. Like it
Like the
destroys,
holes of the ozone layer. Is that
right?
similar to that?
Right. And then all of a sudden I see worms on the planet going down to the center of it, where the essence of it is. But before it happens, the essence of the planet, because it's pure consciousness, it's just like anything else, it sends the signal to other universes about the virus, and they know how to protect themselves, because it sends them all the information about the virus. It scans it before it gets overtaken by it. So it's not gonna spread. They can only they basically they conquered, and they took this universe,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, it says hundreds of others, but that's about it. They can only do their this word combination of words comes dirty business, because it's all dirty. It looks like mud all over the
Dirty
place.
business?
Yeah, because it's just the guess it looks like dirt, like
Mm-hmm.
liquid dirt that they're
Yeah.
spreading all over.
Like a sludge or something.
Right. I almost feel like the moon
Mm-hmm.
was also kind of alive before it became like this, like only surface, and all the planets they've had life on them. grass, trees, all this, but then it got destroyed by the virus, and that's why we're trying to all this, souls from different. Some souls come by their own free will
Right.
to spread their knowledge based on their consciousness level, because people are different consciousness level when they wake up, and how fast they grow, it also depends on them, the experiences they go through,
Yes.
and that's why they are gravitating towards certain star seeds or towards certain souls came from, um, either from this universe or from, I see, from mostly other universes they came from at this point right now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Well, thank you.
thank you. I think I feel like I'm done with it. I just saw the earth with the chain around it, like crisscross,
Mm-hmm.
like that, and like this in diagonal, with the
Yeah.
lock in front. And I saw reptilian and draconian faces, like two faces, the major ones. But then there are other races behind them. I see seven other races. Just seven pops up.
How can we help break those chains and liberate the planet? I think a lot of star seeds and light workers, that's what we want to do.
Hmm. We're doing it, but the problem is we can we can only spread the information and hope that the others would absorb and use it, because some people absorb it but not use it fully, or they go back to sleep, or they remain at a certain level and they choose not to um, reach higher consciousness level
Mm-hmm.
because it's too overwhelming for them, and also the family members and friends and all this environment makes them kind of go in standby mode, sleep mode. Oh, they're waiting for some sort of help, but the help not like that. It's not gonna come in a form of a spaceship. You're not gonna go on in the spaceship. Nobody's gonna take you away from this. It's your personal creation. You can only do it with your own hands.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really, because otherwise it would be considered like you're forcing others to raise their vibration, to raise their consciousness, and to be liberated, by force, to be freed by force. But you cannot do that to others. That has to be their own free will decision based on free will.
But we can help them.
Right. Yeah, the knowledge and the see the light that we say, that the light we spread, the light contains knowledge in
Yes.
it. So basically that's what we do, and that's the only thing we can do. But we also grow ourselves in knowledge too, and we um, discover unveil a lot of memories in ourselves by connecting with each other as souls from different galaxies, different universes too. We remember who we are more and more, because it happened to us too. I mean, it's inevitable, because I see when the soul goes through the layers of matrix programs, they're very heavy and very dense, and we kind of, it gets glued on us,
Mm-hmm.
it gets to us no matter what. So our memories get blocked, and we uncover them by doing what we're doing now, talking about it, connecting with each other, because each one, by touching it, you touch me, I touch you, we
Yes.
help each other to kind of create this fountain of growing consciousness.
Yes, helping others with the awareness and even meditation for 5 minutes helps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, just like I see myself hugging a tree, and that's like a meditation for me too.
Yes. Yeah,
Mm,
those are good tips.
yeah. Yeah, or smelling flowers. I mean, these days is something about me constantly smelling roses. And when I smell them, I feel like I'm in a different dimension already.
Yes. So
Lifts my
basically,
vibration. Mm,
connecting through nature, grounding ourselves in nature, outside.
right. And this thing is, it's funny, like it's grounding, but it's also connecting to your origin, to where you come from,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like it raises your vibration, kind of like I catapult into my own dimension where I come from, that world, and I connect that world through me with this world that I'm physically standing on this ground too,
Yes.
because the plant is growing from the ground. Yeah,
Well,
it's
thank you so
interesting. It's
much.
like it's like a sand watch, like glass, like this, like a
Yes,
bow shaped.
hourglass, I think it's called.
Yeah, and the sand goes in, like
Yes.
you count in minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I see myself. Like one part is on top, and then but it's basically it's going through like series A, B, and that system, and C, and then the platform of creation where I also was there too.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bottom part is on Earth, and it's so connected.
Right.
And the sand goes in and out, in and out. That's why if there's too much sand in the upper level, I get like dizziness because I'm too much there, not enough here. There has
Yes.
to be a balance. I'm
Mm-hmm.
still struggling with this balance because sometimes I don't want to see something or don't want to be in this reality. So I
Mm-hmm.
kind of
Yeah.
go up, you know.
Yeah.
It's funny. Okay, I think I'm ready.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Disconnect.
Disconnect, come back.
Mm-hmm. You know, I constantly see you as a tree in front of me with the face, like you have the face of you
Mm-hmm.
with the like oak tree. I just see you as an oak tree. It's almost funny.
I love that.
Like you're very calm and down to earth and
Yeah.
like that.